talk about the orchestration and the management. So this is more related to how your scheduling and orchestration layer is created. So when you talk about this, then you talk about the Amazon ECS, you talk about the GCP VMs, you talk about Apache Mesos, if you have used as your service fabric is also there. Kubernetes is one of the very important tool which everybody uses when we talk about scheduling and orchestration. The next very important factor is the coordination and the service discovery. So when we talk about the service discovery, so example is like you deploy any services in the Kubernetes, how would the service discover the other services? So how would you basically have the config stored in the orchestration layer? So you here the tools which everybody normally use in the big data world, we use Apache Zookeeper. And in normal way we use etcd, core DNS. So these are the ones like I have used. Another one is this RPC, which is the remote procedure call. So remote procedure calls are like how do you interact with the underlying services, whether like inner services or outer services. So there are like pretty standard tools, or I would say libraries, which are there. So we normally use gRPC. We also can use Apache Thrift, Avro I have used for that. So these are the things which we have used in the cloud native development for RPC. Next one is the service proxy. So service proxy is something which you normally need when you want to expose your microservices. Let's say one of the example is to the outer world. So you normally have like, how do you basically get, if let's say some request is coming from the out of the world, and how do you want to propagate it to the underlying service in a controlled manner? So normally you use Envoy or Contour, or let's say if you talk about the load balancer, then you talk about the F5 load balancer. Nginx is very important tool, like a lot of guys use. We also use Citrix, let's say, if it's a more VPN based solutions. So few of these are the like very important tooling sets which supports the service proxy layering. Another one is the API gateway. API gateway is something which like normally we use when you want to like say it's like just a very basic example, like you have got a database which has got a table, and then you want to basically create a view on top of that so that people can view the things but they can't basically update it. So this is like one of that context where you use these kind of gateways to make sure the things which you have provided for the external usage are controlled and used in a controlled manner. So normally you guys must have used MuleSoft or Express Gateway is there, Apigee is there, 3S Scale is there. So these kind of different tools which are supported. The next one is the service mesh, which is like very important in the orchestration world. So service mesh is something like which you normally use to control a lot of things inside your orchestrator. So the major ones are the console is there, Istio is there, Linkerd is there, Azure Service Mesh is also there. AWS also has its own service mesh, which they have developed. I think so. These are the ones which are related to the service mesh. Yes. So all these four fundamental blocks which we are talking about here, that will make sure that the end-to-end workflow is basically delivered to or deployed to the prod systems. And then later on, when you talk about so one of the other thing which is not, I think, covered here, that is something which is more let me show you here. It is more in this layer, so observability and the analysis. So monitoring, how do you do the monitoring, logging? And another thing is chaos engineering, which is very important these days, because that's something which most of the top companies are using to find out the loopholes in their solutions. So a lot of tools are there, if you guys have heard about. So Chaos Monkey, which is like developed by Netflix, so they use it to do all kind of testing in their system. So another ones, I think, let me try to remember. I think they are Chaos Cube is there, and also there are other few ones which I have used in the past. So another one is Chaos Cube was there, Monkey was there, Chaos Blade was there, yes, which was also very important tooling sets. So this is another engineering paradigm where people are explicitly making the carrier, because there are so many things to do there. The Chaos toolkit is like so many things you normally do there in the cloud native development, which is a totally different, I would say, stream. And that is not the part of your architecture, that is not the part of your development, that is like more related to the SRE PRE practices, the DevSecOps paradigm, and it comes, a few of the points comes under testing as well. So yeah, pretty much a big field, I would say. We are still in very early phases, guys. If there is a lot of things which you need to understand, a lot of things which you need to see going forward, especially like whoever is doing a consultancy or working in a consultancy. So these are the next topics which probably I will cover going forward. So the cloud native tooling sets, maybe SRE, PRE roadmaps, DevOps roadmaps, DevSecOps. There were a few questions last time, I think, from few of the guys related to the QA. So that is another horizontal I would like to cover going forward. Cloud native QA and the assessment. How do you do basically cloud native assessment? If you go to any of the company, how would you make sure that the company is cloud native company, or the solution which they are providing is cloud native? What are the 12 factors, or any other suggestion which you guys would like to cover? Because I think in all the GCP talks which all the guys have covered, we basically already covered a lot of basics. So